Welcome back into the workshop for a bit of a Dave's Diary update. The door, as you can see, has been placed into the hole, not hinged. But I wanted to take note of a couple of little things just for your reference so that it makes your door hanging attempts slightly more enjoyable. First thing is, you probably can't see because it's blue on blue, or it's be difficult to see, but these are what on the bag it's got air wedge, and they were actually designed, I think, for the automotive industry. But boy, do they make the hanging doors and windows and what have you so much easier, and other things. But they're just a bag. They've got a little plate in them, I think, to help reinforce the bag, and it's got the bulb, one-way valve, etc. on it that you can pump up, and you can lift the items up that you're lifting, in this case a door, and wedge them into place. Just holds them there and at the right height, etc., so that you can make marks like I'm going to for hanging or marking out for the hinges. So that's good. It turns out that I must have got my measurements pretty right, and that was the door just went straight in without any trimming whatsoever, which is a little bit of a concern because I'd actually thought I'd actually left it a few mils over, so I'm glad I didn't make it too much smaller. So it fits, and here's the thing. I put it in there for several reasons, like I said, the hinges, but also to check the wind. The wind of the door is when the two sides, left and right, if you can align them, and it's tricky to try to explain. I'd need to show you easily, but quite often what's easy to do is you come along the side of the wall where you can. Hang on, let's just fix this gimbal. And it was pointing in directions I didn't think it should be. But the line of the wall, when you look at the door, when you look along it and you look to the inside, so outside or inside to outside of the door frame, you can align up and you can see whether they're in line with each other, which means they're in wind or out of wind depending on what you see. You want to get them so that there's no discrepancy at all, if possible. Now, in some circumstances like this, it wouldn't be an issue. I'd just let it be out of wind. But in a domestic, situation, that looks just ugly and it's tacky. Sometimes you'll have to ease the door jamb itself. You may even have to break the fixings, cut the nails or screws, whatever you've used, and move the part of the door that needs to be brought into wind. The problem there is quite often it's the wall itself that's slightly out of wind. The doors are being put in flush, like this one has, and the door jamb follows the wall line. That quite often occurs because a stud has warped, and from the floor to the top of the door, the stud is enough distorted that it will put the door jamb out of wind. It becomes a real... it's a balancing act, which way you go, how much you go one way or the other, and quite often you have to accommodate that in the architrave if you've got that sort of architrave. These sorts of doors, lots of doors have got what we call a grooved jamb, where the wall lining goes into the jamb itself, and you're pretty much set with how the door jamb goes. So it's a real nuisance, and if you can't adjust the wall frame, which sometimes you can, give them a bit of a tap and repin it, which is what I do or have done, then you're kind of set where you can fit your door. It's not ideal to try and adjust the hinges in and out, like a mil or so. Possible, but not ideal, because quite often what will happen is that as soon as you do that, it puts the, say that the hinge side here, and you try and fiddle around with your hinge alignment, it can quite often make the door always open or always close, depending on which way you move the pin. It is actually effectively putting the pin alignment out of plumb. So it can be a bit tricky. Often all you can do is to put your door stops, the ones I was just talking about in a previous video, that the door closes up against. If you've got planted stops, that's what we call them here in New Zealand, then you can sometimes just fit those so that the door fits up nicely. Sometimes it's actually the door that's actually warped, and it's got an ever so slight wind in the door itself. Not common, but sometimes you do your best with your jam. You know everything's right, and you've tested it and measured it and aligned it, and it still doesn't go right. So it can be a real nuisance. It is a matter of experience and, watching YouTube's videos, I suppose, to get how some people have countered that issue. But all said and done, at the end of the day, you want to have your efforts made possible, or made as easy as possible. And using something like these air wedges, I would suggest would aid you. Like they're going to be a real godsend. So look for those. They're not very expensive. I've seen different brands out there. You get them, like Amazon or AliExpress. I got these ones through AliExpress years ago. I've had them for quite some time. They always sit in my van for doing different jobs, and you can even cut spreaders and sit. Like if you're putting in a kitchen cabinet or something, and you need it to lift up, the upper cabinet, you can put the spreaders in, drop your cabinet onto the spreaders, and then you can use your pumps to lift them. Although I do see some better options out there now. So, but these, that was the thing I wanted to make comment about, because we used to use our plastic rulers, get underneath and put a chisel underneath it and lift it up, and flat bars and do all sorts of things. But they're all hard surface items, that you kind of jerry-rig to do the job. These are soft, and they kind of semi-wrap around the door, and because they're soft and fabric, they don't damage the door surface or as readily, and especially with the doors that have got a fine veneer on them. They're very apt to blow the veneer out if you're not super careful. So something like this, I wish it had been around even longer ago. And so air wedges, whatever you want to call them, have a look for them, and make your life or your door hanging life a whole lot easier, or your window installs a lot easier using these. Although that said too, now I just saw something the other day that was even easier than the wedges, and I was thinking, dang, things have improved no end. But that's the way life goes, isn't it? And that's why we look at these YouTube videos going ooh and ah about these new innovations, and hopefully we can find them in our local area, because quite often they're not. Rightio, well, that was just a short one. I just wanted to bleat on about these air bags, these air wedges, and how, the door's fitting quite well. Not 100%. The wee bit of a gap down there, although by the time I push it, it's pretty good for square. That's what happens when you use your plumb bobs and your levels and all the sorts of things that you need to do to make it work. And considering that's just made up stuff, like the door's been widened, the door jambs are old door jambs, bit of a chip out the top there, wee bit of a gap there, it's still going to come up pretty well. By the time I've finished, it'll almost look like a new door. Now, if you're wondering what that hole is, quite often, and this is where I made the comment about this door being a solid core door, no, it's not. But quite often, door manufacturers will throw out a dud door, and I don't think this was in this case, and they'll just put a hammer through it, and that's what you wind up having to put up with if you still want to grab the door out of a skip or a waste taker bin or anything. They quite often just put a hole through it. Most times, though, I've seen them, they put several holes in it just to make it look particularly ugly, because they don't want people coming along and kind of patching up a door and they lose a sale from a good door. I think that one, though, was for another reason, and because the holes line up, which is very, very unusual. It's almost like someone wanted to put a hole through it for a cable or something. Who would want to do that in a sliding door? Any door. Go figure. I don't know. Anyway, cheap, free, made to fit, 1.70 m wide, good width door, free jams, and yeah, it's going to fill the hole and do suit the purpose that I've set it. Rightio, that's it. Better go mark out and sort out some hinges for it. Rightio, see you in the next one now. Bye.